So you've delved into the world of probiotics and you're looking for deeper answers beyond just that, on how you can heal your gut even further. I'm Chris Sovey with HealthyConsumer.com, where we're building wellness at any stage of your health journey. And today we're going to discuss how we can do just that. I'm making this video in response to the positive feedback I've received from the homemade probiotics video. If you haven't seen that one, go ahead and search for homemade probiotics, save hundreds of dollars, or just go into some of our previous videos and you can see some of the advantages of making probiotics at home, particularly saving money. Once you've found a probiotic that works for you, it's important to understand that we need to take it a step further than that to really get into the nitty-gritty of healing your gut. Probiotics are great and they serve a lot of purposes. Unfortunately, most of them are not permanent. We look at the limited amount of evidence that's out there, and what it's saying is the bacteria found in probiotics does not implant on the gut wall, and that's just part of the commercialization of them. We don't have these natural strains. There are no spores in the bacteria that are going to adhere and reproduce. So while probiotics are great, their effects are transient, meaning that they're going to go in, and while they're there, they might help out, whether it's something like Clostridium difficile or an infectious diarrhea. Sometimes it helps with those kind of things. And just kind of general low-grade inflammatory or even non-inflammatory disorders of the gut, like Crohn's disease, inflammatory bowel disease, ulcerative colitis. Probiotics have been shown in multiple studies to support and improve these conditions. But again, the effects are temporary, and I'm sure that you probably, if you're watching this video, you probably want to go a little deeper than that. So the good news is I have some more information for you, and you can take this as far as you want or not. So when we're talking about probiotics, we need to look at such things as prebiotics as well. Prebiotics are a non-digestible food particle, sometimes considered a fiber, that can be used by bacteria as a fuel source. So this helps to proliferate probiotics that you might already be taking, whether it's through a fermentation process, like making your own on my video that I was talking about, or if it's from commercial probiotics. While evidence is limited in how much benefit prebiotics can have in your regimen, it seems promising initially, and we'll need to do more studies to figure that out. Another challenge of probiotics is the route of administration. So the fact that we're taking these in orally is somewhat of a complicating factor, because when we take in probiotics orally, it has to pass through the stomach first, which has a pH of anywhere from about 1.5 to 3.5, meaning that probably along that journey, a lot of that bacteria is going to get destroyed before it reaches its target tissue of the large intestine. Some practitioners are starting to look at the use of probiotic enemas. Ugh, gross, right? Well, I think that the compliance has got to be pretty low on that, but we could compare that to something like the fecal matter or fecal microbiota transplant, where they're actually taking fecal matter and either coming up from the bottom or coming down from the top down. The United States is doing it from the top down. Certain places in Europe, like the Taymount Clinic, are doing it from the bottom up. And the Taymount Clinic is world-renowned, though, now, and has been used for a variety of conditions. Unfortunately, in the United States, we only are doing fecal matter transplants approved by the FDA for extreme cases of C. difficile. So, not quite there yet. Don't know if it'll ever be there. It's a government political kind of thing. But that being said, some people are doing probiotics from the other way up, and they're getting some good results anecdotally because it's going immediately to the target tissue. Interesting concept. I'm going to share with you a series of a couple products here that you might consider adding to your regimen, but of course, I'm not a doctor, nor do I pretend to play one on the internet, so always check with your healthcare provider first. First up, I have L-Glutamine. This one's from Pure Encapsulations. Doesn't really matter if you can see it or not. It's typically a powder form. It's an amino acid that helps to assist in repairing the gut wall. It also is a big part of muscle recovery as well, so endurance athletes are going to get a lot of benefits of that. I'm going to fly through these. If you want more information, more detailed, the science, the nitty-gritty, and some of my references, go ahead and go onto the website in the description below. I've linked that there for you, and I'll provide more information there. Colostrum is the bovine milk that is created in the first couple days of a newborn calf's birth from the mother. While I'm not a huge supporter of dairy products typically, I do see potential benefits in colostrum. It has a lot of anti-inflammatory effects, and it's been showed in some initial studies to help with ulcerative conditions, ulcerative colitis conditions, and then also infectious diarrhea. So there's a lot of promise with colostrum, but we need to have further research. Zinc Carnosine is another excellent supplement. I'm all out of it. I don't have it here right now. But it's a combination of L-Carnosine and the mineral zinc. Both in the combination have been shown to help in the proliferation and reparative process in the gut wall lining. Ghee, also known as clarified butter, is a healing food traditionally recognized in India, where we take the butter and we remove the milk solids. Natasha Campbell-McBride is an author and physician who wrote The Gut and Psychology Syndrome. And then also in the Weston A. Price Foundation, they're recognizing ghee as a healing food for the gut. Lastly, another consideration if you're looking into healing the gut is the effects of yeast imbalances. So if you are going through all this, you're working with a practitioner and you're just not getting one of the results that you want, consider looking at your blood candida levels, and the IgG, IgM, etc., and see if they're out of balance. If they are, then you might have a yeast imbalance problem, and a yeast cleanse product like Syntol might be a good way to go with that. Of course, you're also going to want to reduce taking in sugars, period, fructose of any kind, any processed sugars, and just reduce your overall sugar intake, which will help you to reestablish some of the gut flora in the process. So I mention all these supplements because I have a recipe I've put in the description below where you can combine all these supplements within the ghee as a vehicle for delivery, and then you can take that as kind of a gut healing butter as part of your overall protocol, in addition to the probiotics you might be taking. So check that out in the description below. I've put the link there. It's not mine. I found out about it from a nutritionist, but I found it to be helpful in my gut healing process because you've taken all these different supplements that address different components of inflammation and repair, and then you've put them all together in a helpful recipe. For more information on how you can be comprehensive in healing your gut, check out our website with the link below in the description there. I've linked the article. Next Friday we'll do another video on healing as well, and check back then. Subscribe if you'd like to get the feed of this right to your YouTube page. My name's Chris Sovey from HealthyConsumer.com, where we're building wellness at any stage of your health journey. Have a fantastic day.